Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm your host D-Day, bringing you some more of my Productive Bees mod spotlight. This one, of course, there's a couple of months break in between. I think I got sucked into Oratech, and now I'm coming back to do the next episode of this series. So I thought it would be a good time to segue back into Productive Bees. Since we are inside the same All the Mods 10 world, we last time set up this beehive over here. Let's see if we can get into it without letting any of the bees out. Boop. It has filled up with skeletal bees. A bunch of them. Wow. I have one time come over here and cleared it out of all of these zombies. So we have 5 zombies and 3 skeletal bees already. So if these guys pop out, we can pull them. There we go. Let's grab these guys so we can use these this episode as well. Boop, boop. And I mean, 5 of each, good enough, right? We don't need to be too greedy and grab all of them. These guys are going to refill since the light level is 0. We're going to have zombies and skeletal bees sneaking into those anyways. So let's check our chunk borders. I would say this one is a good chunk. Let's go into the center right here and let's see how are we doing on, yeah, this one is chunk loaded for flight, and let's go ahead and chunk load this one as well. And what we're going to do is in this section we're going to put up our fences. So let's see, the 1, 2 like this, and we'll make sure we stay inside the chunk for here. And then let's see, what would be the middle right here? That would make sense. And we'll do 4 over here. Okay. So these are all within the same chunk, which is now loaded. Now I'm going to do the difficult part of lassoing these guys. So lasso you here. Okay, that's one of them. Lasso. There you go. These guys are aggressive. I'm going to put you here. We got another one. And put you there. Okay. But the whole reason why I'm doing this is I'm going to set these bees down. And what we're going to do is we're going to let them get used to both day and night so that they will alter their gene trait of nocturnal. The next step is meta-ernal, so day and night. I made the hard lesson last time that starting with a diurnal bee, it needs to upgrade to nocturnal first, then it needs to upgrade to meta-ernal. So just going straight out the gate with nocturnal bees is a better idea. Plus, we're going to hope that it rains. And when it rains, these guys might get used to it and get the resistance to rain specifically. Which that's the only thing that keeps bees from not producing their combs in normal biomes, is the rain. All right, let's grab some honey treats that we have saved up. What's great about honey treats is honey treats will change aggressive bees. Let's see, to normal, temper normal. That's awesome. I'm glad we can see it. Aggressive. Keep giving it. His eyes did change. He's no longer red. But normal. Okay, it took a lot there. All right. See, their eyes change. Oh, temper normal. That's cool. Their eyes change as soon as you click them with the first one. And then there's a chance to change the temper from aggressive to, let's go, buddy. He's a hungry boy. Normal. Okay, we got one left. Ugh, we gotta get more. It's a hungry boy. He wants to see... Okay, I was about to say, he wants to stay a mad boy. Okay, passive. Temper passive. Temper normal. Okay. So I guess... Okay, so you went passive, so there's a step past normal. All right, it's daytime. They're going to start getting used to day and night and meta-ernal, and hopefully it will rain. And that is the long game for those stats. One thing we could do is, let's see, yeah, Obsidian. The Obsidian Bee has Endurance Strong. So one thing we could do is we could pull the Obsidian Bee and add the Obsidian Bee to the mix to get the Endurance for Strong, or we can just go into the crafting part of this episode, which will be the Pokey Pokey Gene Sampler. So for that, we need honey bottles, we need comb blocks, 2 diamond swords, and an upgrade base. All right. And that should be enough for us to get the Pokey Pokey. Cool. So I really like the Pokey Pokey. We can put it into an advanced beehive. This Pokey Pokey will take percentage genes. It will poke the genes without harming them. It will poke them, and it will take some of the stats of all of the bees that are in here. So one thing that I think would be a good idea... All right, yeah, we're only going to leave the Obsidian Bee. So now we know that the Pokey Pokey genes that it's going to pull out, they should get stuck inside this chest. Everything else that is filtered is going to be filtered out. So one thing we can do, I don't know 100% if this will work, but let's go ahead and make the next item, which is going to be the Gene Indexer. And Gene Indexer, okay. And I've already forgotten if this guy is going to need power or not. But first thing I want to check is, can the gene samples go through a storage drawer? So we do not have any gene samples yet. Before we do this, I'm going to put this here. I want to make sure we get some gene samples first to see if it can go through the pipes. So what we're going to do is let's make 2 more of the Pokey Pokies. Multiple upgrades can be installed for a greater gene output. And 2. That's 2 more for us. Let's go ahead and drop these in like this. Looks like we've already earned the Meta-ernal. Meta-ternal. My bad. Meta-ternal. Oh man, and now I wanted to see if I could make more Obsidian Bees. And I just realized that they changed the recipe for the Obsidian Bee to include this new Lava Bee that I haven't heard of. I was going to do this in Oratech to make lava for processing. To make the Lava Bee, we need to get a Magmatic Bee and give it a lava bucket, but also Lava Bucket and the Water Bee makes the Obsidian Bee now. And the Water Bee, we can only get this if we go fishing in rivers. That's crazy. In a river biome. I mean, I do have a fishing rod that has Lure 2, Unbreaking 3, and energy stored. Crazy. Because what we're waiting on are gene samples, and we're waiting on it to rain. How about over here? Okay, this one is river. Fish. Fishy business. I wonder if this water bee is gonna aggro, if it's gonna be aggressive. Got a book. Ooh, that's a lot. Capacity 2, efficiency, sweeping edge. I remember a long time ago, Lashmac taught me how to dig a hole with 1 block and how to fish in it AFK to get the entire Neptune set. There's the bee. Nice. It was aggressive. Nice. Water bee. There we go. All right. So lava. I think it resets my achievements every time I do the pack over again. What's in here? Nothing special. Enclosed space. Nah, let's do it at our base. I'm being lazy. All right, we're in here with our Magmatic Bee and lava. Cool. Lava Bee. Do I have it? Yeah. Lava Bee. Adult Water Bee. adult lava bee makes more obsidian bees. Very cool. So how many can we do? 4? There we go. And let's go with obsidian bees. All right, yep, and this one pops out as a child, so let's flip them over and also turn them back into, was it 20, right? To change them from child to adult. Oh, I did not even notice this. The water bee has a weather tolerance of any. So we could put the water bee inside the nest and slowly get a treat together for weather tolerance any this way. That is an alternative way. So let's go ahead and do adult obsidian, 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 and water. And then change the quartz block here with a flower for the water bee. Nope. The water bee actually needs water. I don't think we're going to be able to pokey the water bee with a simulator upgrade. We do have our 4th obsidian bee ready now, and what we could do is we could let the water bee out here. Okay, is aggressive. Let's see. Can we make him less aggressive? It's okay, be nice. There you go. Now you're nice. Be nice. What we could do is let's go ahead and make it a water block. Okay. Bee just takes a bath. This is too funny. We could make another 4 pokies just for this guy. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, that was a lot easier than I thought. And 4 pokies. And we are making, very cool, we have 2% of a high productivity, we have 1% of a normal temper, and we have 4% of a normal temper. So now let's see if these will automatically be sent to the gene indexer if we attach it to a storage controller. Oop. Oh, it probably won't work because I can only attach storage drawers. So let's see if we remove the gene indexer from here and just attach it here. It should send them now. So it's smart enough to go inside. Oh, cool. And when they arrive, they combined. So now that 1 and the 4 is now a 5% gene sample. 2% strong. Okay. I'm gonna let this guy run. That's gonna take a while. And then this guy. Yep, we got metaternal. Yeah, except for 1. 1 is still nocturnal. But it hasn't rained yet. So they have not gained the weather resistance for rain yet. All right, let's let these guys do their thing. Because this is going to take a while. We need it to rain for these guys. Or we can pokey this guy, the weather tolerance rain. That's going to take a while. If he ever goes into the beehive. And we're getting the endurance strong from the obsidian bee. Let's go for a very high productivity, which is from the kamikaze bee. So let's go ahead and make us a diamond helmet. We have silk touch from our hand drill, thanks to Oratech. So let's just grab one of these guys. Bloop. And we should be able to make the bee nest helmet. Cool. Angry bees won't attack you. 30% chance to spawn a kamikaze bee when hit. Here's our goofy helmet. All right. Goofy helmet time. So now we can set up something to hit us and spawn the kamikaze bees. So let's go ahead and make us a catcher or 2 and double catchers. Okay. All right, range add-ons, blocks of iron. That's expensive. Wow. All right, so let's go with our original plan. We'll make 4 of our range add-ons, and we will put that into our 1 catcher for right now. While we're doing that, let's go ahead and try and get 4 more water bees for the any trait. There we go. We got one. So let's see if we can do the catcher with the upgrade range. Let's see. Where is he? Down here. And range add-ons, sturdy bee cage. All right, let's see. Oh, there we go. We got one kamikaze bee in there already. 2 kamikaze bees. There we go. We got 3. Kamikaze bee. 4. I mean, we got 5 of them. That's all we need, really. I'm just being greedy at this point. There we go. Bee number 3. Boop. 4. Boop. And 5. Good. Bloop. Let's go. All right. Water, 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 and water. All these water bees and the pokey pokies. They're all splashing around. But they do have the weather tolerance any that I want. And how are we doing on obsidian? We're at 15% of strong. All right, we're going for strong over here. We're going for weather tolerance any over here. So that means we don't really need them to be rained on anymore. So let's go ahead and let's see. We can pick them all up since they're meta-ternal now. That's the important part. And let's jump into the last part, which is going to be the bottler. So for that, we just need glass and a smooth stone and some iron. Very cheap. We're also going to need a piston. And of course, I get rid of the bees and it starts raining. And 1 bottler. Okay. Right, so let's head over here into the room with the water bees. And let's see how we can put this guy down. We're going to need the bottler. We'll put it right here. Placeholder block. That. Let's go ahead and put some trapdoors on the side for the bees not to be able to escape. And then the piston can go upside down right here. Got it. All right, and we'll put it right here like that. That looks good. I like it. Of course, we need to get rid of that. And does this guy need power? No, it needs bottles. And we do need to hit it with redstone. So there we go. Oh, yeah. All right, what block should we put? Like right here? Should we put it like this? Should we strip it? And then put the button on it? That button lasts a while. Now see, the regular button's faster. And if we put the regular button on this guy, yeah, it still breaks it. Guess we could go with the regular button. All right, we got our glass bottles in here. All right, we got a skeletal bee. And boop, boop, and squish. Ooh, it makes items. Yep, squished bee material. All right, let's see. I know we ditched a centrifuge earlier, right? Yep. There we go. Let's put this guy. Yeah, we can put it next to it. And centrifuge. And it gives us, wow, 53%, 31, 46, 29 of skeletal, none, and 15% of meta-ternal. Meta-ternal. So yeah, all 6 stats. And it gives us a lot more of each when we smoosh them. And what we're going for is 100% meta-ternal. Let the smooshing begin. 29%, that's good. We're getting there. And another 29%, okay. And 18%. Alright, so I'm not really a fan of smooshing these guys. So let's see, what are we at over here? We got diurnal high. Weather tolerance any. We're going for the dark blue one on this guy. 3%. Diurnal 5. We're still at 15% for strong. So far, we are at 91% meta-ternal. We are at 3% any weather tolerance and 15% strong for endurance type. All right, 41% meta-ternal. Okay. So we should have enough for 100% meta-ternal now. Yep, there's our 100% meta-ternal. 15 and 3% any. Ah, man. I think fishing them and smooshing them is a better idea, honestly. I would rather just wait it out, but in the interest of time, right? Let's smoosh them. All right, 32% weather tolerance, any. That's good. 51% weather tolerance. That's awesome. And 40%. That should be good enough, right? So we're not going to need these guys anymore. I'm not going to smoosh these guys. I'm going to put them safely away. Water bees. Yep, there's our 100% weather tolerance, any. Now we just need the endurance strong, which isn't really required. It's just fun to have. All right, so let's take our 4 obsidian bees that we made earlier, and we can hope to get a 100% on strong. 45% on strong, that's good. That puts us to 60. 15% strong, ouch. Okay. Another 15, ouch. And 41, okay. That should be enough. It's just too bad we had to smoosh all but one of our obsidian bees. And there's our 100% strong. Cool. So let's see, we should be able, let's see, they're all hostile, right? Youch, okay. So all of our kamikaze bees are hostile, and what we need to do is we need to turn these guys into treats now. So honey treat strong, honey treat any, honey treat meta-ternal. Okay, and they still haven't done quality of life, huh? I'd love to be able to add just by attaching it like this, but no. Let's go ahead and give this stuff to them manually inside of the room. Okay, this might be difficult because the bee's gonna fly around everywhere. I also want to give it honey treats to make it nice. Okay, will you respond to honey treats? Yep, hostile. Okay. Do you come to the flavored honey treats? Okay. Going for this guy here. Okay. Productivity, very high. Let's grab him. He's gonna go in, isn't he? Come here, you little fly. Okay. Productivity, very high. Weather tolerance, any. Behavior, meta-ternal. Endurance, strong. Temper, hostile, but hostile doesn't really matter unless you're a completionist like me. Alright, let's see. Honey treats, come here. Hostile. Aggressive. Wow, okay, so there's stages to this. Come here, come here. I got a bunch. Normal. Passive. Come here. Little baby. There we go. We did it. Productivity, very high. Weather tolerance, any. Behavior, meta-ternal. Endurance, strong. Temper, passive. This bee is now perfect. And what I want to do is we should pokey this guy with a simulator upgrade, right? Let's pull out. Okay, this one is empty now. Kamikaze bee. Pokies. Simulator. You're in there, you tiny fly. And this guy's gonna need a regular flower. Okay, so now we're gonna do the long game. Regular flower. And obsidian bee. Crystalline. Diamond. Alright. So now this is going to take a long time for me, not for you guys, because I'm going to edit. Pokies of all of these wonderful genes. Very high. tolerance any, behavior meta-eternal, endurance strong, temper passive. Let's do one more. And let's, I guess it doesn't really matter, right? We could trash all of these. Strong we want. Rain, high. Any we want. Weak, medium. Weak, normal. None, normal. Meta-eternal we want. Normal, diurnal, normal, medium. None, high, normal, diurnal. And then we'll keep these because the purple ones are the gene samples for the actual bee. So skeletal, obsidian, zombie, and water. All right, so checking in the next day, this system is working. Very high at 61, passive 75. We have 100% strong, 100% meta-eternal, and then 5 and 13. 69 of Kamikaze Bee, and 81% of any. This is working, but it is working too slow for what I want to accomplish right now. So what I did is I did the painstaking work of getting 2 of every one of these gene samples over again. These are outside of the experiment that I'm doing with just pulling off of the Kamikaze Bee that we did. And we're going to infuse both of these diamond bees with these 5 perfect stats. I'll show you the other way of getting these stats much faster. And that is going to be by smooshing a bunch of bees. So what we need to do is we need to set this guy up not with pokey pokies, but with a simulator upgrade. And then also let's go ahead and feed our bees. So let's do this here and then put them all in a row like this so that each bee can get one of each stat. This one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. All right, that bee is good. This one, all right, let's do this one. Here you go, there you go. It went into the hive. We got a simulator upgrade, so we can pull them back out. All right. This one, come on. And that one. All right. So, both of these bees now very high. Any meta-eternal strong passive. Yep, they're both identical. So any offspring these guys make will have the same stats. So now that we ditched this, what we need to do is we have this guy here for the product. What we're also going to need is we're going to have to put down a catcher, because this one is going to be for all of the extra bees that we're going to be making. So here we will put the chest down into the ground. Let's do that. So the chest, and then, yeah, that looks like it has enough room in it. We're going to use a hopper, like so. Oh, there's oil down here. Oh, it won't let me attach. And there we go. Catcher. All right, we need to fill this guy with the beehives, with the bee cages, not with the sturdies. We're going to make a bunch of the regular ones. Do I have any? I got 16 bee cages in normal. What was the recipe? All right, honey bottles and planks. So let's make that real quick. All right, that gives us a lot. We got 64 and 16. So let's go ahead, drop these two off and the glass bottles. And let's make one more item, which is the upgrade baby. These guys need flowers, honeycomb blocks, and upgrade bases. We're going to make 4 of them. And one of them we're going to flip over into upgrade adult bee. All right. So now we can go back inside here and set this guy up to AFK again. So we're going to put one range add-on in it so that it does more than just the spot above it. I'm going to give it 64 bee cages, which will spill out into this oak chest. And then these bees are going to need the upgrade babies, and the catcher is going to be upgrade adult bee, so it only catches adult bees. Because it's going to spill out a baby, and it'll go into the nest, and it'll grow up to be an adult in here. When these 3 spots fill up, the other baby bees will be spit out of the nest and they will just fly around. And when they grow into an adult, then the catcher will catch them as an adult. Because we can't smoosh the child bees, they won't give us anything that we can centrifuge, only the adults. And then all we need is a feeding slab. There we go. So we'll give this guy the block of diamond to work with. So now these guys are both perfect. They have their block of diamond to eat, and they will continue to make product. And every time they make product, there's a chance for them to make a new baby bee. And because their stats are both identical, it will choose one stat from both adults, which will be the same exact stats. 3 times the chance to make a baby. It'll fill up these 3 and then spill out. And the ones that spill out will grow from child to adult the 20 minutes before the adult bee catcher will catch them and put them nicely into this oak gold chest for us. Then when we come back from being AFK, we can smoosh all of these guys to get these stats much faster. Also, we're going to be duplicating diamond bees. All right, so we are back from one day, and yeah, this is definitely much better, much better for 24 hours. This is a lot of bees we can smoosh. Very cool. And we have extra ones. Yep, this one filled up, and it just started popping them out, and the catcher started catching them. Very cool. One thing that I think is funny is these dudes are flying around. See, there's a child bee that popped out. And if you notice, they can fit under things. And I believe they went through the spirit trap door. And there's a bunch of child bees that have turned into adults inside the bottler. So let's make sure we got glass bottles. Can we smoosh them all? They do get smooshed. Do all of them get smooshed? No. We can just keep doing this until there's no bees inside. This is so morbid. I think that's all of them, yeah. Oh, and I totally didn't know. If it falls in the top, it will immediately start. Okay. Metaternal. Any diamond. Passive. Strong. Very high. Okay. So now we're getting a lot more of these gene samples. Just these 5 bees that were stuck inside are going to get us what we needed. We haven't even gotten to all of these. All right, we're getting a lot. And I just thought, why haven't I not put the upgrade speeds into the centrifuge, huh? All right, so another 24 hours. Let's see what it has stripped off of one of the bees. Let's see. We have a very high 100% metaternal, strong, passive, strong at 78, 88 metaternal. Got 100% kamikaze bee. 100% any, 60% any, 44, 43, 12. Okay. So we have, what is that? Yeah, that's one more bee. But that is 48 hours of the Pokey Pokey on just one of the kamikaze bees. And this is, let's see what we have now. From smooshing 5 bees. Yeah, smooshing the bees is going to be a lot better. All right, so I don't know why some of these are not stacking, like, because the stats are the same. There must be some kind of metadata that I don't know, which makes them different. But stat-wise, they're all the same, but they won't all go into one stack. All right, so Smoosh Fest. Man, I'm starting to think that the reason why it wasn't spitting out more bees is because we hit mob cap. And now diamond bees are everywhere, and I am not even done smooshing everything. They're popping out like crazy. All right, and here is the last of the smooshed bees, and we are at, wow, So the diamond bees, we can put those off to the side. That's pretty awesome. Wow, we have 23 sets. Nice. So let's grab 4 of each of these guys for the kamikaze bees. We'll set these guys up. Kamikaze bee. Yep, 4 more of these guys with all of these. So 20 more treats. Okay. So this place is getting overrun now. I think it has something to do with how many entities can be in one spot. Because as soon as I smooshed all of the ones that were stuck in here, they all started making new ones. So we definitely should pull out the baby upgrades. And then I guess what we could do, yeah, we got another stack of bee upgrades, the bee cages. Let's see, can that catch some of them? Because they're going to be flying around as children, right? Yeah, they're child bees. They were just born. Let's see, we've already caught 4 of them. I think this will work. If I hold a honey treat, they'll all come to me, right? Got them. All right. And let's pull out the bee cages so that we don't catch the kamikaze bees when we release them. And of course, we have to combine these. There we go. 4 of those. Okay, good. They stack. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. And you can go back in. God, these guys are so hard to catch. Why is this one zipping around? Back here. Okay. All right. These 4 kamikaze bees now have perfect stats. And what's awesome is we can finish the episode with putting these guys in here. Like so. All right, so now we have dedicated this beehive here to just Pokey Pokey gene sample. These guys do not produce any byproduct. So the kamikaze bees with the perfect stats, all 5 of them, we will Pokey Pokey these 5 for our new supply of perfect genes that we're going to get. We still have 19 sets to work with.
Thank you so much for joining me today. Smash like to show your appreciation and consider leaving a boom in the comments section below. Also, click on my dude here to subscribe for more Let's Plays. Ooh.